Okay, so we want to do a little bit of working with this horse on the circle. Ned, in the 3 days he's been here so far, has shown an inclination to want to lean in. Okay, he doesn't want to sort of stay up and stay balanced, and that's okay. That's a balance thing. That's where he's at. We need to do a little bit of work. So when I point out here like this, okay, remember I'm preparing him to move. So I put pressure on his shoulder, ask his shoulder to move. Okay, now I'm just going to ask him to walk. He doesn't need to do anything outstanding. He's molting and I've got horsehair in my nose. Okay, so if you look at him closely, you can already see how it's almost like his shoulder is leaning towards me. If I don't do anything with the stick, especially there, you can see now he's falling in on me. Okay, so we don't want that. What we want is him to put his inside hind leg up underneath him and to be more balanced. Okay, we want him to carry himself. We want him bent from his ears to his tail around the circle. So I've started to give him a little tug on the halter, and I've got my stick up here where my inside leg would be. Okay, so if you have a horsemanship stick like this and you hold it up like this, this is kind of your barrier. Okay, this is your bubble. That horse can't fall in past that point. Now again, it's not great. You can see he gets a little unbalanced. He tries to canter and he falls down there and does a few things, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is start moving him. So we've already worked at disengaging him at the standstill. So now I'm going to disengage him off the circle. Now note, his front end did not get closer to me. When he disengaged, his back end pushed away, and that's really important. And when you watch when I start this horse off again, watch how he wants to lean into me as he steps off. Watch how he's not actually picking himself up and elevating himself in his new direction. He's actually falling in and across to me. So I'm going to point. Now with him, because I know what he does, my first steps are really toward him, okay? I want to push his shoulder away. Now he wants to get a little unbalanced, that's okay. Now I'm going to disengage him. Good. Now, like I said, this is the 4th day I've worked with this horse. Already there's been a huge improvement. Unfortunately, you guys couldn't see the first couple of days. Charlie wasn't here to do some video for me. Today's the first day we've been able to do that. But it's not great, but already he's disengaging well. He's really clear in starting to show you that when I ask him to disengage, his back end is pushing away. That's really good. But note how I take that big step toward him when I start him. Okay, you can see that his shoulder is not dropping into me because I'm not letting it. Now I bumped on his face and he took that to mean stop. That wasn't what I wanted. Now I'm going to disengage him again. Now, I don't know if you saw, but see how his front end stepped into me? Okay, that wasn't as good. It was like he sort of fell into the stop. So I'm going to send him out again. He doesn't go as well this way. This is his weaker side. Get off. And now I'm going to disengage him there. See how he pushed his back end away from me more there? That was much better. Now I'm going to ask him to go this way. See how I take the step? Now he's still falling in. Okay, you can see there how he looks unbalanced. He's disunited in the canter. He's leaning in. It's like if he was going around on the circle around me, he should be up like that. But he's going around on the circle and he's leaning in like that. And what you would see if you're in my position is I can see both sides of his spine. I can see the muscles on both sides of his spine. And I don't want to be able to see that. I only want to be able to see the muscle that is on my side of the horse. Okay, so again, this is what we're going to work on. Now I'm going to step toward him. Do you see how he's starting to actually step away from me as I ask him to go? That's better, okay? If any of you, when you start your horse on the lunge, if you feel like they're going to run you over, this is the sort of thing you need to be really conscious of. You need to be really conscious of your first step is always toward the horse. You're pushing them away. And that's why you have this stick. And I'm over exaggerating to what I would with like one of my horses, for example, but that's because I'm teaching him. What I do like about him is he doesn't pull on the rope much. Even when I bump him, he comes off the pressure. Now that was really hard for him to do because he leant in here and fell toward me, and then I disengaged him. So I asked a fair bit. Step. So this is going to take a few more days of practice. We will do another video of him if we can, and we'll keep working on this, and I'll get him more balanced, and I'll get him to where he can carry himself a lot better. I'm not happy with that. Get him to where he is, you know, more comfortable actually keeping himself balanced and upright. You see where he wants to fall in, so. And we'll keep working on it over the next few days, and hopefully, you know, we'll get to video him again, and you guys will get to see a horse that's much more balanced and much more comfortable.